Hi guys, my name is Elliot Harlin Bethel and this channel is about energy healing, personal development and following my journey using the different forms of fasting as a healing modality. And today's video is a monthly sum up of the month of February on my journey utilising fasting this year. So those of you that have been following me will know that I did the whole of January without any solid food apart from one little slip up where I ate some cacao in a Peruvian chocolate shop. And that was the only solid food I ate in January. The intention was this year to go for 3 months soups, smoothies, juices, teas, coffees, nut milks, etc. with all the range of liquids from thick liquids, medium to thin liquids through till April, and then in April the soups will come out and the liquids gradually get finer and finer until the end of the year. I have a period of time where I try full on stage 4 breatharianism and see how that works out for me. So in February I pretty much went most of the month fasting and have a confession to make that on after one of my talks, I went out for a drink with a fellow speaker and had a packet of nuts and a plant-based sandwich. So I didn't quite make February without any solid food the whole way. What this brought to my attention is that the social side of fasting is probably slightly more difficult than the actual not being able to eat side of it. As you guys know who followed me, I spent a third of last year without eating solid food, fasting in various forms from hard dry fasting to wet fasting, juice fasting and intermittent fasting. So I will still be doing the whole of 2020 fasting in various forms, but on the days that I have eaten food, it's intermittent fasting. So there'll be a meal and obviously then there'll be like 4 or 5 days before there's anything else consumed. But I have decided to have a day here and there where I do eat food. And this will lead on to the video that's going to come later in the week, is that up until this point, for the last 18 months or so, I've been playing around with polyamorous relationships. And the reason I've been doing this is because for someone like myself, one of my life lessons when I incarnated into this body was to learn how to deal with jealousy. And I can't advise it any more than by experience a whole polyamorous relationship where you're dating between 3 and 5 people at one given time. They all know about each other and it's a very open relationship. Couldn't have helped me tackle that life task any better than what it has, because it's really opened my eyes to how we are all one and how different relationships can work. And whereas several years ago, if I was in a relationship, I pretty much thought that person was my property, which looking back on it now, I feel it doesn't resonate with me at all. I was just about to say it's a terrible way, but if that feels comfortable and happy for you, then that's your journey, it's not mine. I'm here to just experience different things and relay to you and relay to myself through these videos the experiences I've had and how they've made me feel and what's resonated and what in essence has helped me to vibrate at a higher level and have more enjoyment within myself, which then has created more of a fun world for me to live in. It's reflected back in my reality. So I'm not going to be going too much into the whole relationship thing, but I've decided now to do more dating on a singular level. So I will be utilising the days where I do eat food and do intermittent fasting for that purpose, but that'll be a video to come this week. So what I have noticed in the whole of February and the days that I have eaten, I generally have felt more mucus in my body. So the reason that I feel like I was shown this and the reason I went back to eating a couple of days was to show me the difference between how much mucus my body develops when I am eating and when I'm not eating. Even that I've noticed when I'm eating certain soups that contain certain lentils, certain beans, there's slightly more mucus forming than other things. I noticed that when I'm dry fasting, wet fasting with just water, or juice fasting with just vegetable juices, I'm pretty much mucus free the whole time. And as I've been shown and spoken about in previous videos, I believe, and my belief is, that mucus causes inflammation in the body. Inflammation is an energy blockage in one of our 114 chakras, or 72 nadis, and that is where illness can start to develop when that inflammation takes place. If we are to have a certain negative thought, that energy blockage can then cause that to manifest within the body. This is what I believe, and this is what I'm being shown. So if you have different beliefs, that's fine, but this is my beliefs now, and this is what I am being guided towards and being shown, and this is how my body is now working. So if this works for me and this resonates with you, then feel free to try it yourself, embody it, and see how it feels for you. So I still will be aiming to try stage 4 breatharianism within the last 3 months of this year. And I think when Ramadan comes around, I might even go for 40 days and 40 nights without food or water. I have a couple of people who will be trying this with me, and I feel like the summertime would be a great time to take this on, because obviously we have more sunlight, more energy from the sun. Everyone's feeling a lot better. The energy around is a lot better. Nature's a little bit more perkier. The trees are in full flow. And generally I'll be getting down to more beach-like seaside places and experience all that fresh air and the seaside, and just taking in that abundance of energy from nature. Because as I've spoken about before, I believe that the purest forms of energy we can embody are things like grounding, exchanging protons and neutrons and electrons with the earth, sun gazing, absorbing sun, light and energy. I mean, most of the foods that we eat are a byproduct. They take their energy from the sun. All of the vegetables and fruits we eat take their energy from the sun, and then we eat that, which is a byproduct. The same with meats. If you do eat meat, at the end of the day, it is a byproduct. So any good businessman will tell you, if you can cut the middleman out and go straight to the source, then you're getting the purest form. And as I have spoken to you before, when I cut out eating meat, and then even certain vegetables, organic vegetables, if I do eat fruits and vegetables now, I prefer to grow my own. I prefer for them to be organic, chemical-free, GMO, no pesticides. And I also believe that if we grow our own fruits and vegetables, because that fruit or vegetable is within your energy field, there is an energy exchange between you and that fruit and vegetable, where that fruit or vegetable actually contains more of what your body needs than if it was to be grown further away from you. Just like if you keep a bottle of water near you the whole time, that bottle of water has a certain amount of your energy within it. So when you drink that water, you're actually getting more of what you need than if it was to be water, say, as I've spoken about before, handed to you from someone who's been angry. As I've mentioned before, there's certain yogis who will not let their children drink water if that water has been passed to them by someone who's angry, because that angry energy will be in the water, and then their child will absorb that angry energy. And this makes sense if you really realize that at a fundamental basis, we are all energy vibrating at a certain frequency. And the main thing that controls this vibrational frequency is our thoughts, because our thoughts are like the zeros and ones you pump into a computer that create the programs. So your inner talk and your self-talk is the most important thing you can ever adapt and change in order to get the changes in your body. And I now see my body as a thought form. I spend less time in the gym than I used to. I'm actually stronger than I used to be. I'm more flexible, and all you need to do is go onto my Instagram and take a few looks at some of my pictures. I'm in the best shape I've ever been in my life. I work out less, and it's more of knowing that the years I spent trying to master my body, although they were a very good experience and I enjoyed them, if I'd have spent more time mastering my mind, I now realise that it's probably 70% mental and 30% physical, and that it has very, very little to do with the food you put in your body, and more to do with the intention you put into the food or water that you put into your body. Because this is why in ancient and religious teachings we say grace before we eat our food, because when you say grace to your food, you're putting the energy in your auric field of gratitude. And when you put gratitude into your auric field, it goes into your food, and that is one of the highest vibrations. Gratitude, love, and forgiveness, they're all high vibrations. So when you're vibrating at that level, it's an energy exchange between you and your food. You make your food vibrate higher, and then you eat that back and consume it. And it's an energy exchange between you and food where You've raised the vibration of the food, therefore raising your vibration. I think you've probably heard me talk about before that people that say food can either heal you or kill you. For me personally now, I believe that food will only ever heal you if it's of a vibration that's higher than what you're vibrating at. But again, this is also dependable on the intention that you give to that food. Obviously, we've been programmed for years and years and years with food labels. And when you read a food label, you now believe it has certain amounts of protein, certain amounts of fat, certain amounts of sugars. So you automatically have programmed an intention into that. But if you were to take that label off of it and give it your own intention, it's completely changed the vibration of that food that you're just about to put into your body. For people that are watching this now and think this is crazy, I guarantee you within the next couple of months to the next year, you'll watch this video again and you'll think, I understand what that crazy cracker was on about now, because the vibration of the planet has shifted so much within the last 7 years, but more in the last year. If anyone looks at the Schumann resonance, if anyone looks at the ancient texts that told us of an awakening at this point, you'll start to notice that you need less outside of you and that everything you need is basically within you. And when I discovered this, my outgoings are now so small from the amount of money I spend on food, the amount of money I spend on products, hair products. I don't really buy any hair products. And then you realise that you can utilise hot and cold water, that shampoos are basically alkaline and conditioners are acidic, and one opens up the cuticle of the hair and one closes it down, but hot and cold water can do the same. When you realise all of these things, that everything we need is within nature or within ourselves, you don't need to spend money on things outside of yourself. It's so much, and not only that, but you look and feel better. My skin is now amazing, my hair is now amazing, my nails grow quicker, they're healthier, I'm stronger. And this is all just from incorporating daily yoga, breathwork, meditation, and various spiritual practices. Because as a race, I feel that, and this is me speaking personally, this is what I found myself and I see going on around me sometimes, is that we started to think that we was too much physical and less spiritual. And when we realized that we're actually spiritual beings having physical experiences, and we start to practice more of our spiritual practices and less of our physical practices, you start to embody more of your Merkaba, your light soul body. And when you start to embody more of your higher self, things start happening for you. Like coincidences, synchronicities, meaningful experiences. You get more bridge of incidents leading to the things and the people and places that you need to see and be around, because you're vibrating at the level of the things that you're visualizing and putting the emotions, the energy into motion to draw into your auric field. So by embodying your Merkaba, your light soul body, or your higher self, you've now raised the vibration of your auric field. And when you raise the vibration of it, that's the vibration you send out, and you get vibrational resonance. It's the law of attraction, so that now comes back to you. Your social situations, your places, everything around you starts to change to help you. It puts you in a higher position to serve your life purpose or to be your higher self. So that was my sum up of my fasting for February. I am planning to cut out the soups at the end of March, beginning of April. But I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if there's any comments or questions also regarding the polyamorous or the relationships or the jealousy or even life lessons that you feel you have to learn this time, please do comment in the comments below. Feel free to email me at mindbodysoulspiritcoach@gmail.com, or follow me on Instagram at the same, or Facebook is R666HA13. As always, thank you for watching this video. It's Monday. I hope you all have a great start to your week. Love you lots, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.